Hey, it's Oti Oteri, and I'm so glad that you could join me on this video today. It's my mission to show you how to live life on your own terms by teaching you how to write your own paycheck. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the concept of value and what it truly means to you as a marketer. Have you ever heard somebody say to you that you must give value as a marketer? Perhaps you may have heard that the amount of money that you make is directly proportional to the value that you put out to the marketplace. But what is this value and how do you really measure it and how can you increase it, which is obviously our aim here because the more value you put out, the more money you make. So let's dive into that. So the concept of value is really made up of three elements. And by the way, value, the actual measure that's directly related to the amount of money you make is actually your personal value level. So the personal value level, or PVL for short, is made up of three components. These three components are number one, competition, number two, expertise or education, and number three, leverage. So let's talk about the first one. Competition is determined essentially by the amount of people who are participating in your field of endeavor. So for example, uh, there are more waiters available than there are brain surgeons. Therefore, there is more competition in the field of being a waiter than in the field of being a brain surgeon. Now, obviously, because there is more competition in that field, waiters, they get paid less because the more competition it is, the less valuable that skill is. So that's the first element of the PVL. And the second one is also directly related to the first one, expertise, because essentially the higher the level of your expertise, the higher that expertise element contributes to your PVL in general. Again, back to our example with the brain surgeon and the waiters. The brain surgeon obviously has more expertise because they have spent so much more time in training and all of that. So they have more knowledge than what it takes to really be a waiter. So the fact is reflected again that in a brain surgeon, you have higher contribution to your PVL than you would if you were a waiter. The third element is leverage. This speaks to the amount of customers or the amount of people you can reach out to at a given time. So now both the brain surgeon and the store clerk or waiter are limited in this realm because essentially the brain surgeon can only operate on one person or the tax professional can only deal with one account at any given time, while the waiter also can pretty much deal with a limited amount of people at any given time. So there is no much leverage. Now, how does this affect you as a marketer? And how do you increase your PVL? That's the crux of the matter. The fastest way to increase your PVL, the marketer, is essentially increasing your expertise and your leverage. So you increase your expertise by learning more about your subject matter. What is it that you are involved in? The more you learn and the more you put it out in the marketplace, obviously, the more valuable you become. And also leverage. You've got to find more ways to get your message out, leveraging social media, leveraging videos, leveraging your blog, because if you have all your message going out through multiple channels, you increase your reach by that. So I hope that this makes sense to you, and I certainly hope that this has added value to you today, since we're talking about value. And by the way, if you have any questions for me, comments, be sure to put them down in the comments and be sure to visit my blog. I'll put a link to my blog in the description here, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.